Today I'm going to quickly chat about the ankle foot complex and a series of mobility, range of motion drills and strengthening drills I do in early general preparation. Typically we do a lot of things in the gym to build power, explosiveness and strength through our hips and those prime movements such as the glutes and hamstrings, but the analogy all our strength coaches like to use is that this is very common, but a little bit cheesy, but we're building like a massive engine, but if you have flat tires on a sports car, you're not going to get very far. So this is typically where I start out, and a lot of this information I've stolen from either the Gate guys, Chris Corfus or Carl Dietz. There's, I think it's the spring ankle manual for triphasic training, whatever it is. I suggest you buy that, it's fantastic. Talking about the foot, there's a couple of things we want to do. We want to have, be able to create a tripod. And the tripod is basically here, underneath the big base of the toe, underneath the base of the little toe and the heel. Now a lot of athletes and people can't maintain this tripod. And if you can't do that, you're going to be quite inefficient because you have no stability. And the other thing we want to do is create an ankle rocker. So obviously when we're on stance on one leg and we're moving forward on the field, there's three different rockers. There's heel rocker, ankle rocker and forefoot rocker. But the ankle rocker is really important to create forward momentum. And that's typically when we're on the ground and we're passing through mid-stance. And this is where a lot of people have problems. They compensate and they have a lot of energy leakage. So obviously we want to be strong and we want to have a mobile ankle rocker and be able to pass through that range of motion to be very efficient. So I'm going to give you a couple of exercises in regards to, say, creating that mobility and then creating that strength. One of the first things you want to be able to do is the shuffle walks, and I've got this from the Gate guys. And the shuffle walks, if you don't have adequate range of motion, you're going to have trouble getting into the ankle rocker. Now, you get a lot of people when they get stiff calves and that, they stretch the shit out of their calves, but quite often that's not going to really fix anything. So one of their lines they like to use is, I think it's achieve anterior strength to maintain posterior length. So what they're talking about there is strengthening the anterior tibialis and the long toe extensors. And then if you can strengthen through there, we're going to get more range of motion through the lower limb, through the posterior part, your gastroc, your soleus, your long toe flexors, etc. The way we do a shuffle walk, if you're looking at my feet, apologies, I've got size 15 feet, they're huge, but you want to start here and you want to drive your knees into as much dorsiflexors as you can. And then from there, we're going to lift our big toes up the front, and you're going to maintain the heel down, and you're going to slide forward 6 inches in front of the other foot. The foot comes down, then we're doing the other. Dorsiflexing, toes come up, and we're shuffling 6 inches forward. When we're doing this, we're not leaning side to side. The weight stays even between both feet. Lift the toes, and up there. Lift the toes, and we're sliding forward. This is called shuffle walks. It's really tough. And we're strengthening the anterior compartment here and the extensors through your big toe. So that's shuffle walks there. Another mobility exercise I like to do, I've got this from Chris Corfus, and this is windshield wipers. So basically we're on a cat, sitting down, you bring your toes back towards your body like this, your knee stays still, and what we're doing is we're just windscreen wiping medially and laterally. We're getting range of motion, side to side. Knee stays still, toes back towards you, and we're getting that range of motion through there. So that's another way. Then the next thing I like to do is get an ankle rocker squat. And this is a good way to strengthen the tripod. And what you do is on one foot, okay, on this foot here, you want to lift your toes up, okay? And the reason we want to lift our toes up is because if we try and keep balance, your toes are going to flex into the floor and you're not going to understand if you can maintain that tripod or not. So we're lifting our toes up, okay, and you can see I'm having trouble already. You drive your knee forward, an ankle rocker squat, and we're counting up. Whoop. Okay, toes up, driving forward, coming out. Keep toes up if you can. It's really tough. I'm still trying to maintain that. Drive the knee forward far as you can, and that's ankle rocker squat. Okay? And then the last drill I like to do early GPPs are a basic toe crunch exercise. And you've probably seen this one. And this one here trains the short foot here. These are the intrinsic muscles of the foot. And basically, if we can train these muscles here, it's going to help strengthen the arch. And a lot of people do this exercise wrong because you want to have all the base of your toes always maintain force into the ground. Some people lift it up. And it doesn't matter if the towel doesn't move, we're just there, crunching it, lifting the toes up, sliding it forward, lifting the toes up, lifting the toes up, and trying to keep that force down. That's really difficult. Now, I like to do these exercises. I like to pair up a mobility exercise, such as ankle rocker, and then I might do it with an ankle rocker squat. On the other day, I might do windscreen wipers, and I'll pair that up with the toe crunch exercise there. Early GPP, I'll do like some basic hops to pair up that as an plyometric exercise. I'll put up my Inspired Dan Path hop routine already in the previous post. And then the other day I'll do an extensive plyo type circuit where you can do like extensive pogos, hide-ins, squat jumps, and that's going to train the foot complex to some degree. All these exercises I prefer to do without shoes. And then on the other 2 lower body days, you can do a standing calf raise, and then the other one could be a seated calf raise. So you train the soleus in one and then the gastroc in the other. So that's one way I like to attack, I guess, mobility and ankle rocker, tripod, some strength, basic foot strengthening exercises, pair it with your extensive plyometrics, early GPP, and then you can train your the calf and the soleus in your strengthening within your lower body training day.